Today we'll be talking about Bronzong, the second of two Steel Psychic Pokemon introduced in Gen 4, the other being its pre-evolution Bronzor, who evolves at level 33. Bronzong's previous PYC dates are May 8th, 1997, February 27th, 2000, December 18th, 2002, October 8th, 2005, July 29th, 2008, May 20th, 2011, March 10th, 2014, December 29th, 2016, October 20th, 2019, and August 10th, 2022. I must know Bronzong from my Pokemon Ranch. Until I worked on this project, I always thought it was weird that Bronzor evolved into Bronzong, as they don't look that much alike. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Bronzong, the Bronze Bell Pokemon, whose number is 0437. This is what it looks like. Its type is Steel Psychic, abilities, Levitate or Heat Proof. Heavy Metal is its inability, gender ratios, gender unknown, catch rate is 90 or 20.1%. Breeding is 8 group, a mineral, hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 4'3" or 1.3 meters. Weight is 412.3 pounds or 187 kilograms. Base experience yields 188 in Gen 4, 175 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast, EV yields 2, 1 in defense and 1 in special defense. Shape is that, it has no feet so it has no footprint. Pokedex color is green and base friendship is 70. Green, still not. It's a lot better for green than this one. There's a lot more like green shading, I guess. But I wouldn't say there's green here. I still would call it mostly blue, red, and white, or maybe gray for that top part. Bronzong is a dual-type Steel/Psychic Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It evolves from Bronzor starting at level 33. Biology, Bronzong is a large Pokemon resembling a blue-green bell with 2 arms coming out of its sides. It has a hollow body and a yoke attached at the top. Its face can be best described as being a totem pole design. Bronzong has 2 round, red eyes with blue-green irises and a rectangular mouth with 1 visible row of square teeth. It also has several darker rectangular markings on its body. Those are its eyes? I always thought those were its eyes. That is wild. And those were like cheek markings. When angered, Bronzong lets out a warning cry that rings out like the tolling of a bell. It can summon rain clouds, which earned it the nickname Bringer of Plentiful Harvests, and led to some referring to it as a deity since ancient times. Many scientists believe the Bronzong found in Galar originated from a different region after researching the patterns on its body. Some Bronzong can sleep up to 2,000 years, with one such case leading to quite the media story when one was discovered at a construction site. Bronzong typically lives in ruins and mountain ranges. Prior to Gen 8, Bronzong, in its pre-evolved form, Bronzor, were the only known Pokemon that could have Heat-Proof as an ability. Evolution, Bronzong evolves from Bronzor, so Bronzor, Bronzong. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky. Bronzong, together with Hitmonlee and Regigigas, are the statues that come alive to battle the player in Aegis Cave. Pokedex entries in Gen 4 Diamond. One caused a news sensation when it was dug up at a construction site after a 2,000-year sleep. Pearl. It can summon rain clouds. People long ago revered it as the bringer of plentiful harvests. Platinum. It brought rains by opening portals to another world. It was revered as a bringer of plentiful harvests. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Ancient people believed that petitioning Bronzong for rain was the way to make crops grow. In Gen 5, Black and White is Platinum's entry. Black 2 and White 2. In ages past, this Pokemon was revered as a bringer of rain. It was found buried in the ground. In Gen 6, X is the same entry. Y is basically Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry, but Bronzong's now the correct casing. Omega Ruby is Black 2, White 2, and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Y's entry. In Gen 8 Sword, some believe it to be a deity that summons rain clouds. When angered, it lets out a warning cry that rings out like the tolling of a bell. Shield. Many scientists suspect that this Pokemon originated outside the Galar region, based on the patterns on its body. Brilliant Diamond. One caused a meteor storm when it was dug up at a construction site after a 2,000-year sleep. Shining Pearl is its Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus. Some believe that its bell-like cry opens souls to another world. It has been revered as a deity since ancient times. In Gen 9, Scarlet is Black 2, White 2, X, and Omega Ruby's entry. Violet is Platinum, Black and White's entry. Bronzong and the Paldea Pokedex. We got 3 of them around this structure here. I don't know. And Bronzong in the Kitakami Pokedex is a full evolutionary line image, since it has 2 Bronzor with it. That's fun. It can move these up and down? I didn't even know that. That's so cool. Game locations. Side game locations. In events, held items in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White 2, White 2, Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl has the Metal Coat 5% of the time. In Legends Arceus, Normal has the Iron Chunk 30% of the time, Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and Grit items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy M 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 20% of the time, and Grit items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 67, Attack 89, Defense 116, Special Attack 79, Special Defense 116, Speed 33 for a total of 500. Pokeathlon stats, Type Effectiveness, damaged normally by Fighting, Bug, Water, and Electric. Weak to Ground, Ghost, Fire, and Dark for double, immune to Poison. Resistant to Normal, Flying, Rock, Steel, Grass, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy, all for half, and Psychic for a fourth. Note, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Poison-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has Levitate, the effectiveness of Ground-type moves is 0. So it would be 0 instead of 2. If this Pokemon has Heat-proof, the effectiveness of Fire-type moves is 1, so it would be 1 instead of 2. Prior to Gen 6, the effectiveness of Dark-type and Ghost-type moves were 1, so both went from 1 to 2. Learn set by leveling up. We'll do this Evo here and then go down to 33, so upon evolution, it gets Block, 38 Iron Defense, 44 Metal Sound, 50 Future Sight, and 56 Rain Dance. By TM, we're skipping. By breeding, we're skipping. Nothing by prior evolution. Side game data, I got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia, in the browser entry. It launches Iron Balls and Strange Orbs to attack. Guardian Signs. It attacks by making Iron Balls fall. Got all this. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond, in the Pokepark ban entry. He has lived in Pokepark since long ago, when beings other than Pokemon lived there. He is proud of his body patterns. You got all this. Evolution data, Bronzor, level 33, Bronzong. Sprites here is a lot darker, a lot more of the blue, like this one is interesting. Green, like this one was. Oh, it has the same back pattern that this one had. That's fun. This sprite in Platinum, not really much changes, though. Colors might get a little brighter in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Oh, it's orange for the shinies' eyes as well. That's interesting. Then, Gen 5, you get these sprites and the full back sprite. In Gen 6, you get the models, which make it a little bit more obvious that these are the eyes rather than these, because it's all flat. So, you know, I'm more used to it just being flat, so that's why I was confused. Pretty good adaptation. Makes this a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit chunkier, though. Like, I don't know, this is a little bit weird. Like, the line is a lot thicker than on this one. Modern colors as well. It's a lot more faded green than that one is. In Gen 7, not really much changes. In Gen 8, you get the much better models. In Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus, you get these models. Homes, you got these models. In Animation, Bronzong and Pokemon Horizons the series. Got all this. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 35, in Ash's Pokedex. Bronzong, the Bronzeville Pokemon. One slept for over 2,000 years until it was accidentally awakened at a construction site. Pokemon Masters animated trailer. Bronzong, upper right, in the Pokemon Masters animated trailer, with Runiclus, or however that's pronounced. In the manga, Bronzong in Pokemon Adventures. Got a couple of them. Got all this, and the TCG. Trivia, Bronzong does not have any weaknesses in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, and Explorers of Darkness, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky, due to both of its abilities being used simultaneously, along with it not yet being weak to Ghost and Dark-type moves at the time. Also, in Gen 4 and 5, Bronzor and Bronzong were the only Pokemon to have different weaknesses depending on their ability, with Heat-proof negating their weakness to fire moves, and Levitate making them immune to ground moves. Bronzor and Bronzong with Heat-proof are the only steel types not weak to either fighting or fire. When a Bronzong blinks or falls asleep in Gen 5, its eyes turn white. I read the third point in the Drifblim video. Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond's Pokepad entry describes a male Bronzong, despite Bronzong being of unknown gender. Prior to Gen 8, Bronzong was the only Pokemon able to learn Rain Dance by leveling up that could not learn any moves nor have any abilities that benefit from rain. This may be related to its Pokedex entries, several of which mention Bronzong's natural power to summon rain clouds. Origin: Bronzong is based on a dotaku, Japanese bells, which were believed to have been used to pray for good harvests. They are often decorated with patterns representing nature and were buried, occasionally, with bronze mirrors and weapons in isolated locations. Bronzong and the fact that it evolves from Bronzor also seems to be based on an old Japanese myth present in the book Kwaidan, Stories and Studies of Strange Things by Lafcadio Hearn. The priests of Mugenyama wanted to forge a bell for their temples, so they asked the local women to donate their bronze mirrors for this purpose. A woman contributed her mirror, but later regretted it. Because of her repentance, the mirror wouldn't melt in the furnace until she killed herself. Before her suicide, she said that whoever would break the bell would be given great wealth by her ghost. A multitude of people tried to break the bell by ringing it furiously, so the tired priests rolled it down a hill into a swamp in frustration. Bronzong's Pokedex entry in Diamond may refer to the Kamoiwarakura site, where multiple dotaku were discovered during construction of a farm road in 1996 by a heavy machinery operator who accidentally struck the cache of dotaku while excavating the site, and dated to approximately 2,000 years ago in the Yayoi period. Additionally, Bronzong's facial features resemble those of the Mesoamerican rain god Tlaloc, who is often depicted as being predominantly cyan in color. In Mexico City, which is located on the site of the former capital of the Aztec Empire, artifacts are often discovered during construction-related excavation, which Bronzong's Pokedex entry in Pokemon Diamond may also reference. Name origin: Bronzong may be a combination of bronze and gong, a type of musical percussion instrument, dong, onomatopoeia for deep bell reverberation, or Biazong, an ancient Chinese musical instrument consisting of bells. Dotakun may be derived from dotaku, a type of bronze bell, and possibly the honorific kun, mister. In other languages, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Bronzong's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 501, an elite meet and greet. We're at the very beginning of the episode.
Bronzong!
Quick, Weasel, dodge it!
That is Bronzong's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Bronzong. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we're sending fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Bronzong. This first one is Bronzong by Danny My Brother, so this fun, kind of more simplified version of Bronzong here on the sort of poster-looking thing. Then we've got Sleeping Bronzong by Lois Kosa. This fun little, sleeping Bronzong here. You can see its eyes closed, at least how they imagine it would be. Anyway, we've got Bronzong by Molly Style Art. So it looks like we got a couple here. We got the original, and then we got the shiny variant. That's fun. And we got Bronzong by Mario Sonic 2987. So this Bronzong looks to be blushing, I guess. Yeah, very nice. Then we've got 0437 Bronzong by Dual Cosmog. It's nice Bronzong here. Yeah, very well done. Center is filled for some reason. Maybe it's supposed to be like sleeping or something. I don't know. Interesting. Then we've got Pokemon Bronzong, Regional Variant Evolution by VicWorks. So this nice, fun little evolution, fan evolution, I guess, that, and then just, a very logical next step for this one. You got Bronzong, and this thing. Then we've got Shiny Bronzong by Mist Draws. So this nice shiny Bronzong here. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got Pokemon Project Voltage Miku Hatsune Steel Type by VicWorks. So you've got the Bronzong and Hatsune Miku. I don't know if this is the actual design she had for the Steel song. We're presuming that that's what this would be about. But it's interesting fan art. Very well done. Voltage, 13 of 18. Art by Vic, yeah. This is Smeart by US Pop, 209. So it's this fusion between a Smeargle, a Celebi, and a Bronzong here. So you got all the different elements. Very interesting. Then we've got the Bronzor line by G-Bomber. So Bronzor number 436. Bronzong number 437. These nice drawings of Bronzor and Bronzong. Yeah, very well done. It's got the typing too, the steel and the psychic. That's fun. And we've got Shiny Bronzong Redo 1 by Flame Speed 795. So their version of what the Shiny Bronzong should have looked like, I guess. Very well done. And we've got Bronzong 437 by Brawn Bear. This simple Bronzong image. Very well done. And we've got Fading Warmth by Philathion. So this image of a bunch of different Pokemon here. So you got the Bronzong here, a Breloom, this purple Floatzel for some reason, this Scorbunny, this Sinistea, Larvesta, Esper, and this alternate designed Chimchar here. Very interesting. This is Bronzong, Paper Mario style, by Finish Charlie, 1995. So we've got this nice Bronzong in the Paper Mario style. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got PMD Acoustic, Come Over the Bronzong, by Lil Green Fox. So this, I guess, maybe primitive version of the Bronzong, like what it probably looked like before the oxidation really happened. That's fun. Komova. So this is Fake Colossian Bronzor and Bronzong by Santa Thur. So you've got Colossian Bronzor and Colossian Bronzong, these regional forms for Kalos, I guess for Pokemon Legends ZA. So they're both Fairy Steel. I assume this is based on French bronze mirrors and bells. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got Bronzong by Miraculous Lazuli. Just nice Bronzong image here. Yeah, very interesting. Seems to be angry, probably maybe summoning the storm here. That's fun. Then we've got Soul Silver Nuzlocke Kenya by Artomew. So this fun Bronzong here with, I guess, a bunch of letters. I guess like delivering the mail or something. That's interesting. This doesn't contain a Bronzong, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow we're talking about Bonsly. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.
Thank you.